everyone, Ariel Adams here with aBlogtoWatch. Please subscribe to our videos on YouTube and like this video if you find it useful. This is a review of the Davosa Apnea Diver. This is a very interesting timepiece, the one that I quite enjoyed. The name's a little weird because in America, apnea is associated with sleep apnea, which is a sleeping disorder where you don't breathe at night. But it also means diving that you don't breathe. So the Apnea Diver is what they call a free diving watch, developed with Davosa with a free diver. And free diving is where you dive as deep as you can without any oxygen or anything like that. And so one of the interesting things here is these red and blue and white markers are designed to allow for certain types of breathing exercises where you breathe in for a certain amount of time, you hold, and then you exhale for a certain amount of time. I will never be as good as those free divers that can basically not have to breathe for, I think, up to a couple minutes or a few minutes, which is pretty incredible to me, but that's pretty neat. So the watch is 46 millimeters wide. What I like about it is it manages to be just different enough. The red and the blue and the white, they say, are for the French flag, but as we know, there's over 20 different countries, I believe, including the United States, that have red, white, and blue on their flag colors. So if those colors mean something to you, then this dial is going to be attractive. I think they got the detailing really, really right. The dial is purely symmetrical, no date. It does have a little bit of this sort of playfulness with the colors, which creates a little bit of visual interest. Hands are brushed, which means that they're legible. Nice polished rotating bezel there, of course, with a simple set of markers, which has a sort of clean, vintagey look. So I think overall the Apnea Diver is really a fine timepiece. It has an interesting feature that I will show you in a minute that has nothing to do with diving or holding your breath, but it's kind of a cool addition. Like I said, the case is 46 millimeters wide, and that's because there's essentially an outer case and an inner case, and the steel case can be purchased in a natural steel or this black coated steel. So this crown right here, as you can see, there's two crowns, is used to actually remove the inner section of the watch, which has a little foot. It's quite nicely engineered. It pulls out and it just kind of sits there like a little clock. So I'm not necessarily sure all the things you want to do with this. I think it's also cool because you still have the rotating bezel for a little clock. So it's a nice little clock, table clock. I have had or seen watches, of course, like this. They're sometimes called convertible watches because they can convert from a wristwatch to sometimes a pocket watch or a pendant or just a table clock. You know, the addition of the little foot right here is what makes that possible. It doesn't extend more, so you can't really hang it on stuff, but it's nice. Davosa never really explains why this feature was included here, but it is, and you can see how it works there. I do like that there's a very simple securing mechanism. So with the crown out, it's very easy to put the watch back inside of the case here. Let's get it in. I'm not an expert here. Is it pulled out all the way? There we go. And then you just screw it back in, and there you have it. The top crown is obviously the one that controls the movement. Inside the watch is a Swiss Davosa 2824 automatic. Pretty simple, pretty standard, decent movement for a tool diving watch. So there it is on the wrist, and you can see that the narrower sort of integrated lug look with the strap makes it so it doesn't wear too large. So again, at 46 millimeters wide, this is a larger watch, but on my smaller wrists, it doesn't look crazy. The only issue here is the sort of extra amount of the strap, which isn't too bad, but sticks out a little bit there for me because I have smaller wrists. I like the look of this watch. I think Davosa did a very nice job making the Apnea Diver, 200 meters water resistant, look pretty. It's distinctive, again, because of the shape, as well as the fact that the midsection of the case comes out. If you look at it, it's a little bit hard to tell here, but it's angled up just a tiny bit because of the way it is. So when it's just sort of in a normal position, resting on a desk or a table, the case is angled a little bit up, and which makes for just a little bit better visibility. Very legible, as you can see. Overall, a really nice dive watch, different strap options as well, and I think they did a good job. The Davosa Apnea Diver has a retail price in this version with the black case of $1,099. You can see the full review on aBlogtoWatch. Thanks.